Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back, Chalkcast 113. For the first time, we're live on YouTube as well. We got access from the CEO for the YouTube information.
We did.
And we have gone live. Boys, how we doing? RLCS online season is over. Well, LCQ, but yeah, we're done in June.
Wonderful. Well, the last chance qual is I think the last chance qual is gonna be a nice filler. I'm really looking forward to that, actually. But we had a problem last RLCS event. We kept saying, or I think it was Leaf kept calling the EU regional the last online event of the season, and then every time he'd say, well, until the last chance qualifier, and since we've just said the last event until the last chance, it's like, wait, so it's not the last, but it feels like the end of that, at least the regional bit.
Feels like we've yeah. I mean, LCQ kind of fills the hole. It feels a little bit of a gap. I know that
it's a lot actually. 4 weekends. It's significant.
Yeah,
it's going to be big.
Four regions, top performing region. We don't know yet who the regions will be. I mean, we know it's going to be NADU and MENA. We don't know the fourth one just yet, unless something. Well, OCE could do something crazy. APAC could do something crazier. I mean, they're in a better spot. But the captain, you'll be playing.
I'll be in there. Road the Worlds. We're bringing it back. It'll be fun. It's like an easier. Well, I don't want to say easier because we lose to everybody, but at least there'll be 4 teams, not in the Swiss category at least, to make it a little bit easier. But I mean, that'll be the most entertaining part of the season to me. Just knowing that the winner of I guess the winner of a regional usually always qualifies anyway, but I don't know, just the one and done qual will be sick. I'm excited to watch it. Hopefully playing it. That would be cool. But it'll be good.
Well,
we are going to talk mostly about the actual RLCS events that just finished and the 1v1 event coming up. But what is the format again for last chance qual? Is it just the same? It's the same thing.
Just another regional.
Double Alien.
It's the same thing.
Oh, is it the same?
No,
Gotcha.
I've heard it's the same, but I mean, there's no info about it, so I could be completely wrong.
Hey, it's on Wikipedia. We just
is it?
Don't click that link that I gave.
I believe it is. Yeah.
I think it's double Alien. It is the same format, like double into. Yeah.
Swiss into group stage into AFL top 8. I like it. I mean, it's a great format. It's actually been my favorite online format. It's done a good job of figuring out who the best teams actually are, better than last year at least. So I like it. I'm all for it.
Yeah. I will be tuning in for those 4 weeks. Absolutely. I'm seeing we got the YouTube chat as well. We'll find a way to collaborate. Right now, you're not seeing your name on the screen. That's the Twitch chat only, but we'll find a way to collab. Hello to our YouTube audience as well, though. Hopefully this streamlines things. We can get things uploaded a bit quicker and whatnot. But yeah, no region lock. No.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's just blow everything up and have a crack wherever, which is actually crazy. Yeah, that'll.
You're thinking about it, Garrett? You're thinking about making like a
South America
goal to play in South America instead of NA, like some big
I couldn't
goal.
do it. I don't think I could do it. Oh, like for like a sub goal. We'll go.
Yeah, well, like 5,000 sub goal. There's got to be a price though. There has to be a number.
No, there's always a price. There's always a price. Of course.
I guess it's not just you. You need your teammates as well. How many subs would it take for Squishy and AJ to go to?
AJ, spam? I think AJ is just in. Squishy, it'd be quite a high amount. It would be generational, like Kyson at levels.
Can we go back to? Can we get that on a T-shirt? Garrett G. There's always a price. That's a crazy quote. There's always a price.
Squishy wouldn't do a shoey for 100 subs. He wouldn't do a water shoey for 100 subs. So that's going to be tough to get him to South America to play the last chance qual. That's a good point.
I mean, are we making it insane? I mean, that would be hard. I think we'd have to go more to like. Oh no, because you have to go to a region with a spot. Yeah, that would be the easiest one, huh? Yeah, that would be hard.
Yeah. They're all going to be impossible. They're all going to be
I forgot
so
for a
hard.
second. I was thinking like every region had one for some reason, but no. I thought that the LCQ would honestly be like, well, this was before I knew that you could make a roster change. I thought it was gonna be like if you scored a point, you're in the tournament. That's what I thought it would be. But that doesn't fit the open qual for everyone. Yeah, so But that in my head
Yes.
made the most sense. You score a point, then you're in. Like you can make it. You can play the last thing, but I guess not. So I'm very curious how many people are going to come to NA and
Did
play.
you guys score? How many points did you get that would allow you in for sure on this? I know you scored some points.
We had like 3 or 4.
3, 4 points.
Let's take a look. After the first split, we were top 16. Oh, we're still top 16.
There we go.
Okay.
We have 4 points. Hey, top 16. Hey,
4 points, 15th equal.
Good seed.
Not
For
bad.
LCQ, I
15.
guess.
Yeah.
That is a good seed. Nice.
That's a should be in the regional for sure, but you never know. What we provide on the day is a wide range for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna like fill the gaps because this weekend we've got RLCS 1v1 for MENA and NA. Then after that, there's a bit of a gap between ones and the major with you know, the boot camps, the travel, the visas, and all that stuff. But we're gonna do an episode where we go more in depth on the last chance quals and who we think teams should field, which teams should stick, etc. We will do that in the future, but we're not in depth on this episode.
Yeah, we've got the major to look forward to, and we don't know. You know, who knows? Maybe North America come 4th last, 3rd last, 2nd last, and last, and lose.
We just don't get a spot. Oh,
And
that would be
lose-
awful.
No last chance qual.
Yeah, they
That'd be
need to.
tragic.
They need to lock in a spot first. So we will focus firstly, I guess, on the final. I guess we mentioned the end of the online season. We had the final weekend. Well, I guess the final regional weekend, which was, I guess, if we're looking at the main region, Europe in this one, South America as well, getting to work. So let me pull up the results here. I know Garrett, the captain, he said if there's going to be one weekend I watch, it's going to be the final EU weekend. So,
Oh yeah, I watched
he was
every match.
glued to
Captain,
his
Captain,
screen.
what
Absolutely.
happened?
I don't know. Like when I was in the movie theater on Sunday, I had my phone up the whole time, so I'm very aware. Now, when I saw that Sunday bracket, and I this could have gone badly because I doubted GK last time too. I was thinking there's no way, but when I saw GK had Vitality and Gentlemates had NIP, for some reason I was just like, all right, well, Gentlemates have made it. I don't know why. I just wasn't that locked into it, so I couldn't tell you. It looks like Dig got slapped in the final. But I did not expect Dig to be the second best team in EU at any point in this season. So I'm extremely surprised by that, honestly. Did not expect that at all. I think I had them 5th this split again. I think I doubted them 2 splits in a row.
Really? Okay.
I think the French have had a hold on, even if you just speak French and you're not from France, they just had a hold in the last 3 years of the region. So I just really expected both times them to be on the edge. But besides that, I'm pretty let down by NIP. I think everybody is. And
you guys, you got what you wanted with Itachi though. You wanted Itachi in the Fennec. He was playing the Fennec, or was it the Octane?
Yeah.
He wasn't playing the Roadhog. I was a bit disappointed.
True. That was a big
it was just
discussion.
too late. It was too late.
Too late. I mean, he was kind of
But-
his best event was in the Roadhog. You gotta give it to him. Like his best event this split was a Roadhog regional.
Yeah, but it was just in the Swiss, right? Like that was the most success part of the regional was the Swiss with the Roadhog, right? Like that was they had some good Swisses, I think.
They went game 5 with Carmine Corp and lost twice in group stage, I believe. And yeah, then they lost I mean, really NIP's season way back in regional 4, they needed to beat Gentlemates in the lower bracket quarterfinal. That was their way to just put themselves on the right side of the top 4, not looking in, take the pressure off a little bit, and they didn't do it. So Gentlemates got the momentum early, kept rolling with it, and definitely deserved it. They were the top 4 team for sure. They beat NIP twice, I think, in best of 7s this split, didn't they? Or am I making that up?
Gentlemates?
Maybe I made that up.
Nip didn't win many
was
best
it
of
just once?
7s, so you're probably right.
Yeah, you're
They
probably
did,
right.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they were top 6s. I mean, you know,
It was twice, yeah.
the Copium side, the subpar guys, Cole Stumpy, they'll say that they had the toughest run, the toughest draw in Europe that split. But I think we mentioned it last week, or maybe we just mentioned it in the predictions episode. At some point, you've just got to start winning. You know, you've got to do a Dignitas. Like at some point, you've just got to come out and go, you know what? I think we can just beat the other teams, and Dig did it. They beat everyone again, this time except KC, who decided to show up, I guess. They, nice little 4-0 grand final. But yeah, NIP, they have to be the disappointment. Would they be the most disappointing team globally so far? Or just the EU Shopify? They have more expectations of Shopify, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they had. I think
they were a ranked third. Everybody thought they were going to be like, right behind KC Vitality.
Or 2,
and
yeah, probably 3.
Yeah, they were up there. So that's a really big disappointment to be 6th place. And it's not a Space Station Gaming split one from last season situation where you just keep running into KC multiple events in a row and getting eliminated. They got eliminated by Gentlemates in 2 of these regionals, which that's the team who finished 4th. So you got to win those matches. That's your if you're trying to just sneak into the major, you got to at least beat the team who are 4th place. You can't be complaining. I don't think they are complaining about those brackets. So they just lost. They lost to their direct competition.
Did you see Itachi's tweet? He said
I didn't actually.
He said something about, let's see. He said, if I had to sum it up honestly, it's that we never managed to keep our cool whenever we had an important match to play. Which makes sense because the days before Saturday and Sunday they looked way better, and then it's like all of a sudden they get to the playoffs, and it's kind of like it's kind of a complexity situation. I mean, like Nas and Diaz are on like the same timeline right now, like the exact same timeline. It's so funny to me. Both like number one, not number one, Moxie, I guess number one, but like top ones players. Team should be better than it is, and then it just can't finish it out every time. I think it's just a coincidence, obviously, but it's interesting. But it does. I believe it because it does seem mental. Like they just look so disjointed compared to the Swiss and Friday. Once it gets to playoffs, that's a hard.
You know what's so crazy though? They were such a shoo-in for Birmingham as well until GK decided to just be the best team in the world for a day. NIP were top 4 twice in a row. It looked like the most clear top 4 ever. Maybe Dignitas are 100% of the teams fighting for the last spot. And then before you know it, NIP are just eliminated and watching GK horrifically from their POV qualifying ahead of them, and they're just like, "What is going on? How has this happened?" As they finished 4th, 6th, and missed the major because GK finished first. So they definitely had a hard time because of that. In the first split, it looked like they were going to make it. They didn't, and then the second split, they just couldn't.
Yeah, but if 4-4-6 again, what are you doing? Like at some point, you've got to put in a performance. I know it's like
usually that's enough though. Isn't that usually enough?
But it's where's the top 2? Show us that you should be there. Give us a top 2.
Right. They needed a K Corp win because the Mr. Buckles was absolutely screwing them over as well. Like every single regional, they were getting the hardest possible run.
Yeah.
So
they lost to K Corp, then they lost to K Corp again. Then the last one, I guess, was the one where they blundered. That's where they lost to Dig, I believe, and GK won the event. Oh no, they lost to Vitality even in that one, but they did lose to Dig in the upper bracket. So I mean, they were losing to other teams. They lost to Dig twice, KC twice, and or lose to KC 3 times. I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, GK winning the event was crazy. Didn't they have to win to qualify? Like they weren't, if I remember correctly, they needed to straight up come first, or otherwise NIP are making the major. That's crazy.
Was it not a tiebreaker? No, there was no. Maybe not.
Was top 2 a tiebreaker?
I think
so. GK had, they had to win. Yeah, I remember that. They had to win. So they had to win. So in order for NIP to miss Birmingham major, GK had to beat Dignitas and Carmine Corp back to back, and they not only did that, they 4-0'd them. This is coming off the previous day where they 4-3'd 100%, so they don't even look anywhere close to good enough to do that. They 4-0 Carmine Corp to stop NIP from making a major. Second split, NIP can't beat their direct competition, but first split, they really were looking okay. They weren't looking great, but they were looking okay for 2/3 and maybe even more, 2.5, 2.5 out of 3 regionals.
Yeah, if I'm them, I'm calling conspiracy theories at that point. Like that's who you want in the final to beat the team, that you need beat.
Yeah.
I would be thinking obviously they didn't throw, but I would be thinking that if I were them.
Yeah, what is happening especially when it's 12-0 when they just don't drop a game. That was
you're watching this, you're thinking, oh come on, guys,
the world is against you at that point.
And, team after team too, good team after good team.
I mentioned they came top 4, top 6, and I said that's not good enough. Alloy did mention that Magic Bear. Wait, No, sorry, Magibet. Gentlemates, what was it? MB. Gentlemates made the major with top 4, top 6, top 4. The
That's
split.
just
So,
lives in your brain.
It's
so
usually enough. The only way it's
yeah.
not enough is if three other teams are all trading who wins the regional and finishing like, very consistent top 4. You're just part of it 2/3 of the time, and the other teams are all making finals and you're not. But in Europe, it's usually good enough 4-4-6 because the other teams are not gonna always be the same. There's enough competition that somebody's gonna fall at some point, like a Vitality or a Dig. But yeah, it didn't happen. It's not good enough. You got to be better, and the NIP were not, so they're going to be in the last chance qual.
Gentlemates, looking at the rankings as well, we look ahead to Worlds. They need a top 2? Top 2, because if they beat them, it would have been a top 4 if they made it through to the final. But yeah, top 2. What's their percentage likelihood of Gentlemates making top 2, overtaking GK for Worlds?
I don't think it's high, personally.
It's extremely low.
Top 2.
Like,
I think it's extremely low.
I'm going like 5-10% max.
I reckon they're a top 8 team at
maybe lower.
best. Like a quarterfinals.
Yeah.
They just scream 5 to 8 to me. They are just saying, "Get me out of there!" Right? Like they're making it out of the Swiss, aren't they? Unless they get a tough round 5.
They aren't even guaranteed to do that. The event's pretty stacked. I mean, I think I would definitely, going into the event, be picking every other EU team against Gentlemates. That's already 3 teams that they're not beating. Definitely picking NRG against them. Definitely picking Falcons against them.
Yep.
Then okay, now it becomes a bit blurry. Maybe they're in Furia. Okay, on a bad Furia day, I think they could beat Furia, but I still pick Furia over them right now. Then the other NA teams, yeah, I guess it's like close. So they could be Ultimates, SSG, or Gen G, but that's not even clear. It's close. Like I think all of those are close matches, and that's if Ultimates don't remember how to play Rocket League. If they remember how to play, then forget about it. Like Ultimates will probably beat them as well if they play like they did in Birmingham. So nah, I don't think Gentlemates are making it. It would be unbelievable if they get top 2.
Yeah. Tough team. That's a tough land. I say it's.
I think NIP is probably rooting for them to make it though. I think they'd rather play GK in the LCQ.
They would, yeah.
Than Gentlemates, absolutely.
Because
yeah, it would be hard. This is what I was talking about this with Genji and Space Station. Like, if both of them can make top 8, but it's just with the Buckles thing, it's just really hard because I feel like the likelihood you get screwed over, or just like the likelihood of getting a good matchup in this major to make it is just hard. Like, there's no NA freebie, I don't think at all now.
Well, it's because of AFL. AFL makes it impossible to get a free, like, easy side of the bracket.
Yeah,
because you have to beat both sides.
Well, I mean, just in the Swiss. I'm just talking about
the Swiss,
like
freebies in
making
the Swiss.
top 8. Yeah, I don't think there's any like. I feel like there's no freebies, and then even with Gen G, they kind of dropped in their seed.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't drop, but they don't have. I don't know. The old Swiss format, it was like it felt like you could get a little more blessed. Now with book holes, because at the major it worked really well, in the Swiss. But in the back in the day, it's like you get one. One team goes to a game 5. It could help you or it could screw you over. It was a little bit more random. But now it's like your seed really does matter. So it'll be hard. I don't think
the fact they need to come second, it just makes it such a whole different thing. It's so far. Like that's just got to. It's almost weird because they have to almost go into the event and not think about that because it's so far away. You need a smaller goal in front of you, and then maybe eventually they get to the semifinal and they can just think about it in that moment. But I think you've got to just try and win the next match. Don't even think about Worlds. Because it's so, if they do, it's just gonna be, it'll feel so far out of reach. It's gonna be demoralizing.
Well, sorry. I was gonna say what makes it worse is that Mina 2 is way better than last year too. Like I was looking at Complexity had to play
Twisted
Dig,
Minds.
Furia, and then Twisted Minds. I think last year they beat Mina 2, no problem. But it's just so stacked now.
Now he's got it. Yeah, I was gonna mention just the strength of teams. I think John probably put it right. Look, if I'm gonna be tough on my region, or if we're just going to base it off Birmingham, you could say there's 11 teams right now that are right in it, that are kind of there. And then you've got, obviously Foot, VP. So you got APAC, SSA, but even APAC went to round 5. Both OCEs. There's 4, and Secret, who were really disappointing in Birmingham. there's probably your 5 teams that you'd like to play if you're, around
Yeah.
around
And
the
then
mark.
there are 11 top 8 teams. 11
Yeah.
teams that nobody would be surprised to see make top 8. So if the round 5 of Swiss doesn't contain the remaining 6 teams who have yet to make top 8 from that group of 11 teams, I think we'll all be very surprised if it's not some combination of those teams. You're expecting KC, like Falcons, NRG, Dignitas, someone else, maybe a Furia to already be through, and then the other matches in round 5 of Swiss would be like Gentlemates, Gen G, SSG, Ultimates, Twisted Minds, and one other one that I'm forgetting. Vitality. Like it's just so stacked.
Yeah,
It's
stacked.
so stacked.
Can we go early on this?
Crazy.
An early top 8, but without even obviously Bruno's gonna cook. But
Oof.
I'd love to hear an early top 8. Let's break it down a little bit. The 4 EU teams, do the 4 EU teams all make the playoffs?
The 4 EU teams. So I
AC,
gotta look at.
Big, Vitality, Gentlemates.
Nah, surely one doesn't make it. I would
Yeah, I'm
think,
saying
right?
no.
Like
The Young Gentlemates
surely
round
one.
5, knocked out.
I think there's just too much pressure on them. I don't think mates make it. I think they don't make top 8 'cause there's way too much pressure. I think
Vitality
Yeah,
don't
and
make
they-
it on LAN? Alloy?
No, Vitality, bro. Last Swiss, Vitality looked the best team in the world. They're making it. They're good.
And Vitality are getting a lot of hate right now, but they're still excellent. They only lost to Dig and KC, who are slapping everybody. So Vitality,
Well,
I think, still should make it top 8.
I'm excited to watch Dig though, because I know they've leveled
Mhm.
up this split, but last major it felt like they really trolled.
Mhm.
Like they got reverse swept, and they got 3-1 by Furia. I didn't watch that one. I don't know if that was like close or what, but they really messed up in the
Mhm.
last round. And before this split, the storyline has been the Jorias like almost there every time. But I mean they've definitely leveled up, so I would expect them to be top 8 easily. Well, maybe not easily. It's hard, but I am excited to watch them. I wonder if they keep the same form. But no, I think Gentlemates don't make top 8. Yeah, there's just too many teams.
Yeah. Okay.
It's crazy though
But
because you could just have like a round 5 of
hard.
Swiss where imagine we're all picking. So I think Gentlemates we're kind of as a collective leaning on them not making it. Who's another team that you guys don't think will make it? I would nominate. I don't think Gen G make it. I think they would
Yeah,
probably
that's
be
the
another
obvious.
team that I predict to lose round 5. But here's the cool thing about Swiss. Gen G and Gentlemates might play each other in round 5 and then one of them's making it. Meanwhile, you could have an absolute killer matchup
Sure.
like a Vitality Ultimates in round 5. One of them is eliminated. That's just the way that this can work. So
yeah, Bruno can
you could have both
absolutely
of them.
just
You could have both.
just crap on everyone. I think the most obvious or the general consensus would be the 3 EU minus Gentlemates, the 3 NA minus Gen G, and then Falcons Furia.
I don't think Gen G's that clear. I don't think Gen G's the clear answer. I think it's Gen G or Space Station.
Okay.
Because I rate both. I think they're both good, but I mean, Gen G was 1 goal away from beating Space Station off a miss too, and I think Gen G's winning the regional if they make the final as well. In my opinion,
They probably would.
I think Ultimates have a mental block in the final.
They do seem to have a mental block right now. Well, they did lose to Gen G the one time they played them, didn't they? This split, I think the best of 7. I think Gen G beat them, so you'd probably have to lean on Gen G in the matchup. I just feel
I
like
think they're
Ultimates are
very
going to
close.
remember how to play
Listen,
on LAN.
if
When they
I
go to LAN, I
see-
think they're just going to win.
If I see my ex make his first LAN since I was competing and then make the playoffs in
He
the
has
toughest,
to though. He has to.
if I see Justin, look, I've had some tough times in my career, and I think this might be the toughest. I'm not even competing anymore. But see, if I see Justin in the top 8 again, wow, and he could
He has
do it.
to though. It's Justin. He's
I
gotta
know
make the crowd.
you're biased. I'm biased.
No, but listen, guys.
He has to make the crowd. I think the whole crowd
bigger
will be disappointed.
picture. Think bigger. I guess it is Raleigh. Yeah, the crowd would be disappointed.
Yeah,
I was
it's
going to say
NA,
think
we
bigger
have to
picture.
think about that.
Worlds. I was going to say Worlds. Like this is great and all. Rally's cool, making the majors nice. But Worlds is the main objective, and this should be like Raleigh for teams like SSG, and I'm going to say for Gen G as well because Justin's not been to a LAN in a long time. Cheese and Magic Bear have not had LAN success too much, so they're still kind of new to this whole thing. This should be a totally like no pressure, no expectations. Let's just go in. Esports World Cup as well. Yeah, they're going to go to 2 practice LANs basically. They should just go in, and just chill. Stop putting so much pressure on yourselves, because I know the fans
Yeah.
will, and I know certain like community figures and casters will put tons of pressure on them. SSG round 1, maybe they lose in Swiss. People will freak out and be like, I can't believe this. I hope those guys are off social media and they're just like chilling, trying to enjoy the experience, because it should be fun. Like they're gonna have a LAN in America with a
Yeah.
for the first time when SSG, and for Gen G,
Ju-
first time as a team. Just enjoy
Yeah.
it. No pressure.
Justin's always been so good on LAN, so I want to say that like he'll be chilling, but it's been a long time. Like surely, I don't
Been
think you
3
like.
years.
I don't think the experience counts anymore after it's been 3 years, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think
I
it
think it's
matters
been a
No,
anymore.
I
while.
think it
Yeah.
does. I think it does.
I don't. I
Like,
feel like
Do you want me to
I
say
can't
why I
even
don't think it
remember
matters
what
though?
playing on stage was like. Like,
Well, okay,
I
Garrett,
think
what
if
was it like when you played Stockholm after years of not playing? A year
it
and a half
was,
of not
it
playing
felt like
on
my
stage?
experience did nothing for me because it had been so long. And but Kova was a little. It was a little different though because no one played. Like Justin's been watching LANs, so it was like
Yeah.
I think we were all waiting for so long.
Do you reckon Greg's gonna be like, Justin, it's just Team Secret. It's just Sam. Relax.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Also, back then we were like, bro, that season 2, it was like half of the season, no one thought Sam was good still. So if like you were losing to Sam, it was like Fury hadn't popped off yet. They hadn't done anything yet.
People are
That
underrating
was
them
their
back
come up.
then.
Like the next LAN was their come up. All of a sudden they were making top 4 at every LAN, and then
Mm,
they beat Moist at the Worlds like 4 months later.
it was good form.
But no,
I got lambasted online for suggesting that Furia might be okay at Rocket League back in the pre-Stockholm era, and saying that Falcons top 8. Like that was a flaming hot take that everybody felt
it
was
was.
an offensive take to
I
whoever
mean,
I
yeah.
had them losing to. But I mean, everybody kind of realized that. Wait, no, they're actually kind of good. Yeah, these SAM players are they're kind of
Once we
good at Rocket League.
Especially the Falcons team or the SRG team at the time in scrims.
Oh, yeah, it
I don't
was
think they
SRG,
were
you're
losing to
right.
anyone. I don't think they were losing to a single team. It was crazy. But no, I think Justin will be fine. I think he'll be a little nervous at first. It's been a long time. But
That's why I'm saying
Swiss,
that they should just enjoy it.
Swiss
Like
gives you
nervous,
chances.
it's all good. You know, you make a mistake, doesn't matter. Like this LAN
Right.
is not the end goal. This is like the preparation stage, and so is Esports World Cup. Like RLCS Worlds, that's the big one. That's the one everybody
Yeah.
cares about. Obviously, a major's great. Like majors, they don't come around all that often, so you've got to try and do as well as you can. But you've got to enjoy it as well. Like this is a chance for NA to just have a good showing for all their teams in front of a crowd, in their home turf. I hope they have fun
Yeah.
and enjoy,
I think Greg is
enjoy the
saying that.
experience.
I think Greg would say that too. I could see that 100%. Like it's just time to build momentum.
This is the
And that
possible round 1 matchups, by the way. Cody V, he's done it based on
Has he cooked it?
Birmingham
Okay.
seeding and how they've done it previously. Obviously, this is not confirmed, but it would be once again an NRG. It could be another NRG NA regional.
Are you joking? No.
That's insane.
Whoa. Where are they playing?
Yeah, this
Wow,
is
Dig Ultimates
Gen G,
would be
NRG.
a sick round 1.
Oh, sorry, Gen G
Sweet
Energy.
up.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I'm just deaf.
This is yeah. I kind of hope I think someone said that this was posted to Reddit, by the way. Obviously, Cody Beach tweeted this. If they just swap, I think it was like Gentlemates Gen G, then we're kind of fine. I think like the rest of the matchups.
Just swap them. Like, just change the format for content. Yeah, I'm
Well,
all for it.
Was that not a rule at Stockholm that the round 1 matchups couldn't be the same region?
No cross region.
You might
Well,
be
didn't
onto
they do
something
that?
there. Yeah, I think there was something
think
about
you-
that.
we-
But I mean, that
they've
was a bit
changed it
more
before.
flexible.
They've definitely
Seeding
done
going
it.
into Stockholm was riggable though, because that was a year and a half, like since
Hey,
the
they
last
changed
international
LA as well.
competition.
They put Fury in our team, actually, or they put us in the.
Well, I mean, Fury.
We're gonna
I
bring
mean,
this up,
Fury.
man.
LA was
LA was-
groups though. So LA, when you've got groups, and this is why I'm a big advocate for going back to group stage instead of Swiss for majors. It's because you can avoid same region matchups. You got one EU team every group, one NA team every group, and then you got one MENA/SAM team every group, and then one of everybody else. And if like OCE or APAC does better than SAM, then they can have the third pool or the second pool seed. You know what I mean? You avoid the NA regional run into the playoffs. If that happens in the playoffs, all good. Like if NRG are playing Gen G in the playoffs, that's like exciting. But if they're playing a round 1 Swiss, it's kind of like
Yeah.
boring.
Why?
The problem is, if we change this, I feel like Bruno is a twisted man, and I think that he will. If
Yeah, he's
if
gonna
we
mess it
mess
up,
up,
isn't he?
if we mess up his
That's fair.
order, he will create
Yeah.
same region matchups for the next 4 rounds of Swiss. He'll do something, but yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
you
love
can't.
seeing
You
it.
gotta leave it. I think you just gotta leave it and then put it on the B stream. Just that's
Yeah,
just the way it is. I
NA
guess.
regional in NA. I don't love it, but I'm sure that like NRG, if they actually maybe they don't want to play Gen G. First round.
I don't think Energy want to play Gen G. I think they want
Yeah.
to play other regions. Probably that's the fun part about LANs is getting to see how you stack up against the rest of the world. So I'm sure they're not too excited about playing their region.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I like the Furia wild card. That gets me excited seeing a Sam OCE round 1. I mean, there's other great matches, and if you look at it, there's what was it? These are only 2 matches out of like 33. Yeah, so we get.
Can you link this? Where is it? The link that people can look at. Is
Yeah,
it Reddit?
I can drop the link. I'll drop the link in YouTube chat as well. Shout out the YouTube and say hey to the YouTube chat.
Oh, did my night bot?
So
delete
yeah,
them? I'm not sure.
we'll definitely
There we
like
go.
do more like full predictions and stuff in the future on this. But okay, we got EU regional as well. Carmine Corp Gentlemates, awesome. That's sick.
Yeah, KC. Top
yeah,
2
we
just
should just
ruins
swap
it.
that.
They
Let's just
need
pretend
to
that
blend
nobody-
them in amongst the other matches rather than being like EU, NA, NA, and then go to the other matches.
Yeah, we gotta hide those down the list somewhere. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like Falcon's Secret, actually, yeah, that's happened before. Ultimate's Dignitas, banger. That's a great round 1. Let's stick that at the top of that's the marquee match right there. And yeah, Fury Wildcard is fun. Secret Falcons.
Fury
TSM
Wildcard.
Vitality, why not?
Yeah, there's not too much that's really jumping out at me though. For a round 1 to have probably 2.
I think you've got 4 very obvious ones to put on the A stream there. Just the Furia,
Dig
Dig,
Ultimates.
Falcons, Vitality. Then yeah.
Falcons.
Oh, Dig Ultimates is A stream for sure.
I mean, yeah, but Falcons Secret, Vitality, TSM, like we're not getting. Come on, we're not going crazy over those ones, are we?
I mean, the options are
No.
limited though. Like we got Twisted Foot. Nah, that's B stream. Space Station Virtus Pro. Actually, you know, actually, I take it back. Space Station Virtus Pro could be good. That's an A stream match. Because Space Station will
Really?
be on their debut LAN match
yeah.
against
Yeah.
APAC established top
Top
11
round
team
5
of the last
yeah.
event.
Yep.
Round 5 Swiss team who just swept APAC, beating a full EU cringe lord team to do so. Full import team just got slapped by Sphinx and the boys, the global boys. Yeah, that's an A stream. Space Station Virtus Pro. That's a good one.
But really, if you're looking at closeness, like Gen G and RG is probably
one
an A
for
stream
me.
matchup as well. Like you're putting them on the mainstream.
Did
You
you watch
know,
that last major?
I
Gen G
honestly
came out.
wouldn't.
Energy looked like they were gonna lose that last match. Like Gen G
Yeah.
halfway through the series was like playing way better, and I was like kind of scared. I feel like it's gonna be good.
No,
Justin
they
back
did.
at
You're
LAN,
right.
like, that's
they
an
did.
A stream.
Oh wait, no, okay, it is Justin back. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you're
Justin
starting to
back
sell it.
versus
Justin
Old
back.
Org.
Versus
Whoa.
Old Org.
There's so many
It just could fall
reasons.
flat, and there are other
Yeah, it's
Justin matches that will probably be good. See, another thing is like teams that are likely going round 5, you don't need to put them on the A stream on day 1. Like they're probably not, Energy are qualifying top 8, and Gen G are most likely going round 5 of Swiss. So
They're
other
putting that on the
opportunities
A
to see
stream.
that.
We're not having an NA major where they're not showing that first up. Imagine the Twitch chat.
I
If
guess
we're
it is
watching
NA
like,
major, true.
if we're watching Falcon's Secret whilst NRG Gen G's on it, and like they would just go nuts. Like, what are we doing?
But Dig Ultimate's Furia Wildcard and Space Station Virtus Pro, they're all bangers, I reckon. They're all good ones. Because Furia OCE is always a good match, even if Furia win that 19-0 every game. That's still a banger.
Some people enjoy Falcon's Secret. I mean, based on what Secret did in Birmingham, I'm not going to enjoy it. But what they should be doing,
actually,
it should be closer than what. What? Just do it, says Paul. Oh, throw him on the B stream. You won't. You're scared.
I mean, Energy Gen G. The thing is, like, the Energy are kind of farming in the matchup right now. I feel like they just 3-0. I think Energy will just sweep it, and it'll be like, Justin's back on. Oh.
You reckon? You think it's risky to put Gen G on the A stream in case Gen G get absolutely walloped?
Oh, Absolutely. I think
Absolutely.
that's a big risk. I think NRG
Well,
haven't NRG been dominating that match recently? Like they
yeah,
lost to
but they
them in a
always
best of 7
on
early in the
land
split, but
round
then they
1.
absolutely slapped them.
I feel like they always start off a little slow. Like they don't
They do a
lose,
little
but they
bit,
always
yeah.
start off a little slow. And I'm telling you, last major, it looked like Gingy was gonna win. Like when I was watching that, I was actually kind of scared. Like they were farming him
I was
at
kinda
first. Like it
scared.
was like
No, you're right. They
the
did. They
defensive
did.
narrative started there. Like they had him on the ropes for until game 4. It felt like honestly,
Yeah.
and then energy woke up. But
I mean, you did ask me, am I worried? I am worried about it. Yes, I'm worried that would just be like a very flat, Justin back on land situation where NRG might just destroy them. But can they win it? Sure, NRG can sometimes start slow. It's losable. But NRG looked pretty good in that match. So we've seen it a bunch. Haven't we seen it like 4 times, 5 times?
Yeah, I mean, LAN is different, I guess. With Justin on LAN, using that LAN experience. Speaking of LAN experience, talking about these NA teams as well, because someone mentioned, why would you back Space Station? And if this was like 2016, 2017, 2018, Captain, 2019 even, LAN experience absolutely counts.
It doesn't
Why
matter.
is it these days where it just doesn't matter at all? Like
because these kids are so cocky and they just don't care. They just don't care.
You can just rock
They don't
up
care.
and they just peak. Like there's no if I saw a Mechie kid in 2017 online, get him on LAN, he's an Airbus A380.
He's struggling.
Like he
He's
looks
struggling.
wobbly. He's like, what's wrong with my PC? My controllers not working.
He's
I'm
talking about
heavy.
heavy car bug or something.
Not this. Like these kids are playing better on LAN. Like it doesn't. I
Yeah.
feel like Daniel, his first event was kind of the last time we saw a Mechie kid online look a little bit like, and that was only for a few series where Dan was kind of a little bit shaky looking at that LA. Was it LA major?
It was
Yeah.
LA where they were like down against Dignitas and he was
Yeah.
in the comms saying, "Oh, I guess I'm not a LAN boy or whatever." It was really cute. But then they won
but
the series. I think they reverse swept them. So clearly he's a LAN
Dan's
boy.
situation is unique though in my head because
a lot of pressure.
all the NA kids, like all the new kids, I swear they take 1 year to get good. Like they play for a year, they don't make anything. Like and they'll have like a high placing, but most like inconsistent. Dan just got thrown in there. But he got thrown into a top 5 team off the rip. But like he had that was his first split ever. So like, you know, if you throw reveal on, I don't know, a top 4 team, like he probably would have made it, but maybe he would have struggled. But they've played a year. Like I don't think they care. They just seem like they don't care about any pressure. They're just like
it doesn't make sense.
They're posting 6 selfies online. Like they don't care. They're just gaming.
But I feel like today's this is probably a bonus set, but I feel like today's generation is really more introverted than ever, but at the same time don't care about what people think more than ever. It's weird.
It's a weird mixture, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like everyone's like chronically online, but also they get to land in front of people and they still just perform. They don't feel the pressure. By the way, shout out James Bot for the raid. Holy, hopefully Ascension Protocol went well today. Saw the queues going up. Saw Skippy and the boys cooking. Wavy's #1 right now. Shout out James Bot. Make sure you give him a follow. For the YouTube audience.
Just quickly on that, I hope all of you guys who are tuning into Chalked are watching and following along with the Ascension Protocol James Bot LAN. It's exciting stuff, and it's being streamed pretty regularly by James Bot himself, so you guys should all swing by. He might even show you his flip resets in between games. He sometimes shows off the mechanics, which is
I was watching
pretty
before.
good.
He was in doubles.
Pretty good for Unk mechanics. Yeah,
he's got
better than my Unk mechanics, that's for sure. I don't have any.
Give him a follow. Make sure you keep involved because they'll be running that. We'll be running the Ascension Protocol and Atlanta's. I know LAN coming up as well. He's announced so pretty nice from JB. We love third party events. Need more of them in Rocket League. So absolute W from James. Yeah, we're talking about kids performing. That's why I just think Space Station are gonna go well. I think I'm probably more confident in Space Station than Gen G. Am I? I think so. I think you are. Even. Like Vatira thinks the Space Station are a team.
They have the young.
Well,
they have the young. Like they're young and upcoming. I think Gen G aren't seen as young and upcoming, too, though.
I'll see. I think SSG have less pressure on them, even though they're coming in as a regional champion in NA, because they haven't ever had a bad experience on LAN yet. So they're just chilling. They're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a good time. Like I think they're just gonna go out there and Kofer's gonna demo some people. Scribbles is gonna breathe slowly, and Reveal is gonna be like one of the best players who kind of came out of nowhere in NA that anyone's ever seen. I just think they're going to be chilling. Like you
Yeah,
guys
I do
said,
too.
I don't think they're going to care. But Gen
Yeah, they're just
G, you know, they're still like a new-ish kind of team.
Mm.
But not really. Like Magic Bear's been around for a long time. Cheese has been around for a few seasons now. Justin's OG, so I mean they've got more pressure on themselves, I think, to just do well. Which is why I keep saying that I hope that they don't think like that. They just go in and have a good time and learn from the experience, prepare for Worlds. Because if they go in with that mentality, I think they'll actually do better anyway. Like you don't take it too seriously. You're just going to have fun. Meta would be the peak for Gen G. That's when they can just relax and play their best Rocket League.
So
yeah. I was just gonna say with what John said. I think people absolutely rate them higher because they're young, and they
yeah.
are unexperienced, and they have unknown peak. Like Gen G's a good team, but I don't think people look at the players and say like, oh, like there's unknown potential here. Like you know what to expect from all of them. Whereas like Space Station, they're all relatively inexperienced at this point. I think they're like remarkably even though right now. Like I really think Gen G win the regional if Magic Bear scores the open net. Like it was one goal,
Yeah.
and then I think they're very even. But
What's the how many? The other thing though is that there is a known quantity aspect to this. So like Justin's not played in LAN for ages. Last time he did, he was you know he was still very good. So I'm sure he's going to be fine. But yeah, how many times have Magic Bear and Cheese made a LAN? They've played 3 last season, wasn't it? They played no, it wasn't Copenhagen. Was it Copenhagen? Yeah, Copenhagen, and Worlds. Did they play Esports World Cup? They played FIFA E. They were Team USA for
Yeah.
that. So I mean, they've played multiple LANs at this point. They
Yeah.
were or Magic Bear's Optic as well, and they've never gone very well. So I mean, it would still. That's what I mean when I say that when SSG don't have any failures to make them worried. But I mean, Cheese and Magic Bear do. They're trying to like set a new, you know, trend as
yeah,
a successful team, a team that people in NA are really excited about. Oh yeah, they didn't make Worlds. Yeah, you guys are right. Yeah, that's true. But now they have. Okay.
no,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
get that for
they've
sure.
had
Like it makes sense.
failures and they've struggled. So I think it's going to be a really big deal for them if they can play well. That'd be a massive turn in their careers, LAN
Yeah.
careers at least.
I think they both could play well. I'm not saying one's
Mhm.
better. I'm not even saying I don't. I think the way I'm saying this is like people might think I'm sleeping on Space Station. I'm not. I think they're both just really good. Like I think NA
Mhm.
is absolutely stacked, and they both play in my head like a more updated version of Rocket League compared to Ultimates and Energy right now because they're so aggressive
Yeah.
and bump head. There's like Energy and Ultimates, and then there's Gen G and Space Station. And
Yeah.
Gen G and Space Station look so good against Ultimates, and Ultimates look so good against Energy because they're still playing. I think a little bit. I don't want to say they're outdated, not at all, but it's like it's different styles, and I think they're just very similar right now to me. But yeah, Space Station definitely have more
Mhm.
peak potential. Absolutely.
So you're putting Gen G in the top 8. You're putting Space Station out. Are they your 3? Is that your
No,
NA?
I think it's one or the other, but I can't pick because I think one of them are going to get a way harder matchup, and it's probably Gen G because they have a lower seed. But I think skill wise, like I could see them being in the same spot. But I think Gen G's lower seed might end up making it a bit harder for them.
You think
to
it could
make
be
it
a
out of
team
Swiss.
kill situation, like NA team kill in round 5?
100%.
I think it's
Yeah.
happening. I think we're getting an NA team kill in round 5 as well. And then, yeah, maybe like a gentlemates, too much pressure
Gentlemates Twisted or
situation
something.
against somebody. Yeah, see, Twisted is an interesting one because they've been struggling more in MENA this split. They were supposed to be the team to challenge Falcons, and instead they're actually just struggling to beat the teams below now, and Falcons are just clear number 1 again. But I think, you know, Twisted are probably being underrated a little bit because of that, because they're struggling more in MENA. Everybody's thinking, okay, Twisted are falling off, but they're probably just going to pull up and still be extremely good and very hard to beat because MENA's still, it gets underrated a bit because of last season's MENA 2 being so disappointing. But yeah, MENA the year before was 3 top 16 teams at Worlds. So, you know, they don't get many chances. MENA and Sam don't get many chances to show their true level because it's just like 3 other players outside of Fury and Falcons go every event. And if that one set of 3 players has a bad LAN, the whole region sucks, you know? Team Secret lose. Okay, Sam sucks. You know,
Yeah.
Twisted Minds guys don't make top 8 here. MENA sucks. Yeah, OCE. Oh, both teams don't make top 8. The whole region sucks. So you you're probably you've seen a lot of people underrating Sam and Mina as regions at the moment, just because one other team is doing badly on LAN. And who knows, maybe third, fourth, fifth in the standings actually does really well on LAN. Like
Right.
sometimes happens for
That
NA or
happens, yeah.
EU, where second seed bottles it, third does really well, fourth might do really well.
Yeah.
The one NA team we haven't talked about is Ultimates. I saw John mention before. Are we nervous about? I mean, obviously you're top 2 in Birmingham, but I mean, what's our confidence levels on a top 8 for
Not good.
Not good.
Not confident, but I'm not confident. No, like that's not how I feel. That's not the emotion I feel when I think about Ultimates right now. I don't feel confident.
You need the
in the
Chronic to
regain.
step up again. Like it sort of came out of nowhere for Birmingham, whereas okay, Chronic
Yeah.
speaking, like this team is a team, but
LJ's got to step up. LJ's got to be back because LJ
he's on
right
fraud
now.
watch.
I'm not seeing LJ. We're just seeing L. We need LJ. Nah, that's too much. But I think we need to see LJ step up because he's not the
They're really
same
gonna
as
have to
last
step it
season.
up because they're 4th seed, and like I really think it matters in this too. Like they're gonna have a hard.
Bruno.
But I mean, they look great. Yeah, they're gonna have Bruno's gonna make it not an easy run. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think we talked about this before too. It like I really am, and like I'm almost not surprised because I feel like second place just puts such a weird mental on a team. Like I don't think it really fires you up. Like I think it's almost better to get top 4 than second, even unless you're Energy,
Really?
I guess. Because
Okay.
yeah, because second is just like it's so deflating. At least it was for us. And I feel like every time a team gets second, they don't like show up even better most of the time. And then they also just like it wasn't.
Is it
even
because you think
close.
that that was your one? Like that was your
chance.
Yeah.
That was your chance, and you're just like I mean, it can motivate you a little bit, but like you're kind of. I think they're like looking too. They were looking too far ahead instead of like, all right, let's reset. And I really think it can affect like the team mental kind of bad. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they just show up and go 3-1 in Swiss. Like
they could also just 3-0. Like their range is insane. Their range is 3-0, or they could just go 1-3 again, like they did at Worlds at one time.
I'm not picking them
and,
against
like,
Dig
lose
first up though. I'm not. I can't pick them.
No, you can't. Yeah, Dig play a pretty, aggressive, physical style of Rocket League right now, which Ultimates don't seem to be able to play against. So I think Dig probably win that, but Ultimates could just come out and have a complete 180 turnaround. It is possible because it? Wasn't it like, FaZe? I think it was FaZe first killer with AJ Sipical in London. The second London 2022, I'm going to say. They lost to Team Liquid and Falcons, went out like bottom 8. And then they pull up to Worlds. They just, I think, 3-0'd or 4-0'd Falcons at that event. And, everybody's like, well, what's going on? Are they back? So maybe they're just going to come back, like come in and be back. They're just going to like have a crazy result where they destroy one of the contenders and just make it look easy. But at the same time, they could just come in and lose to OCE twice and get eliminated. Like the range is huge for Ultimates.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just how well they went in Birmingham. They in the Swiss they swept Falcons in their round 4 match as well. They only lost to NRG. They then go and beat NRG again. But I'm kind of with Garrett on the top 2 thing. I think you look at First Killer as well. He's lost twice now in a final to KC, the San Diego event as well.
Can't dodge Vatira.
Can't dodge Vatira. And does that? I feel like First Killer is not really the person where you'd expect it to weigh on him, but he's also, he's got the rep now. He gets close. He's 4th killer now. He's kind of like top 2 killer at the moment. Do you think is that like a mental block, or do you think he really cares?
No, I think he just keeps running to Vatira. like I think if he had, and I'm not trying to take away from Energy's win, but like if he could have ran into like a Falcons in the final last season before they broke their hurdle, he could have won easy. I think. I think he just keeps running into a peaking Vatira. Like literally, even in where was it, San Diego? That was like their best split. After that, the K Corp kind of went down a little bit. I mean, it really is just like circumstances, I think, for him. I don't think he doesn't play way worse. Like obviously people are gonna say, oh, he like missed the clear in that one final, but like what do you think? He just like his controller fell out of his hands or something? Like I don't know. He's such a confident dude. I think he just like it's just not working out when it comes to like his team's peaking when Vatira's peaking. You know what I mean? Like I think if he did it at a different time, he could have.
He hasn't
like,
been
multiple
right
LAN
place,
wins.
right time yet. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
He's just,
and unless you're NRG, like I said, I think like or K, unless you're just so clear ahead, like it is a lot of I almost say like a little bit of luck. Like the things have to fall into place.
well, you mentioned
And
it
he's
even
definitely been good enough.
your game 7, like your worlds win. How it's just like those little
Oh, yeah.
little things where like it's like little accidents, but it works out for you.
Dude,
You need the luck to fall
yeah.
to your way.
I went back and watched the replay for the first time ever, and like there was a save I accidentally got right before overtime where like I didn't even know Scrub was shooting the ball. He just shot it into me, and like it was going in.
I
We
know
would have
what shot
lost.
you're talking about.
Yeah, we would have
I know
lost,
that.
and I didn't do it on
Wait,
purpose.
you didn't know? No way.
Well, like obviously
That
I
was
was
a
going for the
crazy
ball,
save.
but I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know. Like, I mean, maybe it was just like you're just doing what you think's right, but it's just like little things, dude. Like, I don't know. It's so I've gone the LANs thinking that we're the best team in the world and gotten last, and then season 8 didn't feel like anything was special. I think we just had turbo, to be honest. But it's just the
I
right
mean, you guys
things have
just
to
won
fall into place.
BTS. You were definitely very good. I think
Yeah, but
you
he
were
just
pretty
unlocked the
strong.
mental. He unlocked the mental.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. That was the first time I ever got into a final, and Justin was laughing, and I was like, "Oh, this is different."
This is why
For sure.
Gen G need to just chill out, not put any pressure on themselves. Think of themselves as underdogs. Think of this as like, no, all good. This is like fine. Go in, get swept by energy. It's not a big deal, there are
Yeah.
I just think there are no bad outcomes. Like everybody online is gonna freak out if they have a bad LAN. And if they see Justin laughing, they'll be like, oh, boo, he doesn't care. It'll be like the energy have fun meta again. No. Why did we send them? They're just
Why isn't he
laughing when
crying?
they're losing.
Let's
Yeah,
all just
why
not
isn't he in
talk to each other,
tears?
guys. Let's get mad. Yeah, that'll help you win the series. Let's all just get pissed.
Just
That'll bring
Yeah,
it back.
for
Angry rock.
Justin, Justin will absolutely play the best if they're just chilling out, vibing, having a good time. I think that's what's brought the best out of Cheese and Magic Bear as well.
Yeah,
Underdogs.
that's all he talks about is
Let's
just
go
have
beat
fun, meta.
giants.
It's real, and it's sticking around even in 2025. We'll obviously talk about more about the major as we get closer to it next couple of weeks. But I want to give, we talked about the top 8. I'm pretty sure we're all happy with 3 of NA, maybe SSG, maybe Gen G, out. 3 EU, Falcons, Furia. Is Garrett? Are you happy? I think Johnny's like that's where your top 8 is as well.
Wait, so we said Carmine, Vitality,
Dig,
Furia, Falcons, NRG. That's 6 who we're all absolutely locking in top 8. They're
just like 3 NA. We kind of floating around. I'm saying Gen G are out.
I would say I think Space Station make it. I think they're gonna do it. I think
for me,
they're
it's one or the
the
other.
one I'm most confident about. But Garrett's on the fence, and then Twisted Minds. I think they probably just make it as well. To be honest, like I think they're getting a bit underrated right now.
Well, you're on
'cause they've
2
struggled in
NA
MENA.
and Twisted.
Yeah, because I think Twisted could do it, and we could just have. I mean, I'm like more confident in that right now than I am about predicting Ultimates to do it because they've just had such bad form, and they've had a couple of. I mean, First Killer did this last season, First Killer and Chronic, where they were just so good at the early season, and then they just couldn't produce it down the stretch. So
yeah,
now
I
it's
will
even
say
harder. The teams are stacked.
if that one guy's right and Vitality somehow don't make top 8, I'm gonna be so mad because I know for a fact they're winning Worlds. It's gonna make me so mad. It fits the prophecy. Both Monkey Moon wins. I think they got almost last with Seiko.
They lost the Pioneers.
Lost to OC.
Yeah.
And then last season they they got top 8, I think, but they got destroyed.
They were 8th
by
and
energy.
8th. They got destroyed by Gentlemates in London. They got absolutely almost perfect swept in a best of 7 in London.
Yeah. So if that happens, the prophecy is it's like First Killer beating energy on the 3P.
Maybe Monkey Moon just doesn't like London. And he really likes Dickie's Arena. This is kind of the only evidence we have so far is London is not good. Dickie's.
And he doesn't like Birmingham. Can't blame him.
Yep. Like the Brum.
He's fine on that.
Yeah, they can do it. That's the scary thing is Vitality. People say they've had a disappointing split, but I mean, has Monkey Moon ever had a great overall, consistent season? I guess he's always had a split, a LAN where it's like, what the heck is going on?
When they made the final in Spring Split at Boston, he made the final at Worlds, so he was second that time. But yeah, before winning Worlds the first time, he was dead last in London. Then last season, 8th. Like unbelievably 8th though.
Unbelievably,
like super 8th. Speed Team Evo 8th, like just getting bodied in the quarterfinals 8th. So not even close. And they lost to 4 games in a row. I think it was to G2, the previous LAN as well in Copenhagen. So They did
Yeah, I
not
think
have good
people
eighth places.
people are like forgetting how no one was saying BDS is going to win, and it's like the same exact scenario. I feel like, except they're just getting more
He
destroyed by
loves it.
K Corp.
Must be
Yeah,
underdog.
I just could see it. I just 100% could see it happen.
Yeah, you're still putting them in the top 8. I mean, so if that is our top 8 around the mark, Johnny's going 2 NA, we're going 3. Twisted, I guess, Johnny, is your wildcard team.
Yeah, because we're between for the remaining like teams. You've got in that like pool of 5 teams that were not absolute locks for all of us. Twisted, SSG Genji, and then Ultimates Gentlemates, which is this crazy 5 teams to be picking 2 from. Actually, they all sound like top 8 teams, honestly, with how strong they've been playing. But yeah, I think there's going to be an NA team kill in there somewhere, and maybe just a Gentlemates can't handle the pressure situation trying to make it to Lyon. And then I can't back Ultimates right now. I just can't do it. They just look too ropey. So, but it's not by much. It's close.
It's round 5
Twisted
matchups as well.
Super convincing
Like,
either.
we know Bruno's gonna have some absolute Mickey round 5 bracket.
Yeah.
You know, someone's gonna have the tough one. Someone's gonna have the easy matchup, or maybe not. But yeah,
I'll be really sad if there's like a Vitality space station or something in there. I'll be like, oh come on, this is.
And the other side's like
tough.
Twisted, more like Twisted Furia or something like that.
If there's just 2 teams, so I just hope that the round 5s are not like 2 teams who are both unconvincing, because right now Ultimates look pretty unconvincing online, Twisted Minds look pretty unconvincing online. Imagine they both make round 5 and both of their wins are really bad wins. Like they both just got wins against teams that everybody knows they're going to beat. Now they're just in round 5 against each other, and we still don't know if either of them are good at the game. You know, I just hope that every team who makes top 8 has at least one quality win in there against a team that we know are playing good Rocket League at the moment, which should happen. Should, because this event is so stacked.
Over to you, Bruno. Yeah, we'll chat about that in the next couple of eps, but we do need to talk about the 1v1s in the title. RLCS 1v1 preview. Johnny, you are all over this like a rash. You've been tuning into the in-game scoreboard, I've noticed.
I was,
just to keep, make sure you can keep tabs on what Roas is doing in the boys, because these earlier matches are not covered.
I thought they would be. I just went live to View Party thinking that this would be streamed by someone, because I thought surely somebody's going to be all over that, but it was not being streamed. Rawasti Arcade, no stream. Kalirs also didn't have a stream, but he was playing against Nush, who Fear got permission to stream. So yeah, thanks to the Mina admins, shout out to them. I was able to speed run completing a team like stream registration form and stream Kalir's upper match against his brother Roas. So that was fun. But it wouldn't have been streamed otherwise. So I was like, well, I want to try and get this broadcasted to the world. This has to be streamed somewhere. I was just gonna watch, but now I'm a team streamer. I'm Kalir's official team streamer now, so I'm a big fan.
3-0 as well. Roas getting the job done.
Yeah, he lost. My team lost.
My team,
but he qualified through. Yeah, my team qualified through Lures, so it was all good.
Roas the favorite, or is it Nupo? Who's the favorite?
Both. Probably. I mean, in my predictions, I thought Nupo's going to take it, but it's close. They're the clear top 2.
The grand final, I believe, as well. That'll be live
on the Rocket League channel.
On the Rocket League channel. Is big. I mean,
huge.
we talked about having like a championship Sunday for Rocket League where we get all the regions, all the grand finals, or maybe like the semi-finals onwards. Is this a step towards it? Do we see more different regions on the main channel? I think this could be a big leap if it goes well.
I like it. I hope so. I hope this is the start of something, because if we have a good MENA 1v1 grand final in the mainstream, then maybe we can sneak all the last chance qual like finals. Actually, are all the last chance quals gonna be mainstream? I just realized right now, since there's gonna be 2 non-North America Europe last chance quals, are they mainstream? That's good. Surely they are. I hope so.
Are all the LCQ?
Or is it just 2? Oh no, there's just 2, I believe. I'm trying to remember. I'm not doing any of them. So
no stream. Yeah, surely like there's some streams, right? That would be crazy.
Like Rocket Street for Sam and the MENA one, Rocket League MENA.
Well, I guess they don't know yet. So yeah, until the regions are locked in, you know.
I think
Yeah.
it would be pretty cool. I mean, everybody would want to watch it. It's better than no content, so
Oh,
it would be
100%.
cool to have some kind of content. But yeah, not last, sorry. This 1v1 event will have a grand final for MENA on the main channel, sneaking in there on the NA Saturday between like two of the quarterfinal matches or something. So tune in on Saturday for that, and Sunday obviously NA top 6. Going to be a blast. Both events are unbelievably stacked. MENA just started today; they're into their top 8 already, and NA starts tomorrow.
NA tomorrow. Do we have a bracket?
It's on Wikipedia, or
Yeah,
Cody's got a sheet as well. Of course he does.
He actually messaged me saying he's got a sheet if we want to do some predictions for the Patreon. So, yeah, Wavy in top form here for NA. Shout out to James to his Ascension Protocol. FK is in here. No Daniel, which disappointed a few.
Yeah, that's sad.
Diaz on the other side of things.
A lot of people have been asking about that. I don't think Daniel's been playing ones like at all, because he played Salt Mine 4 this year, and I think he was just hoping that he could roll up, win the event without any practice. And it didn't really pan out that way. He hopped into the Batmobile for one game. It was a complete disaster class, and he got eliminated. So it was really funny. But I think he's probably not played a single game of 1v1 since then. And since he didn't do like as well as he wanted to do in Salt Mine 4, he's probably thinking, yeah, I'll give this one a miss. But shame, because I think if he practiced, he would have obviously been a contender to make it him and Diaz first killer. Wavy.
Puts the Diaz Wavy grand final really at the forefront now, I'd say. Unless we see a big upset. First killer obviously can.
First killer could do it. Evo could do it.
Evo could do it.
Made top 2 in Salt Mine 4. He was fantastic.
He made top 2 in the Cash Cup too, I think. Or
okay.
Was it a Cash? They did some random 1v1. I don't know if it was called a Cash Cup.
That
or
was
not.
Cash Cup.
Off-season open.
Was it? Off-season open was what it was called. Yeah, I remember that. I think Wavy won.
Yeah.
I think Wavy's looking pretty good, pretty solid.
Beast Mode forgot to sign up. Are you joking? Beast Mode is going to play and he forgot. Oh come on, man. No, Beast Mode's actually really good at ones. He could have made top 8.
Yeah, we could add Mist here, and we could have Beast Mode here instead of Mist, who's making a return from the pro scene.
No, that's not Mist.
I know.
I've been asked that like so many times. It's so funny. Just stole
that's not him.
Double I
The only time that we got to see actual Mist play 1v1 was when Energy Atomic, declined the Atomic versus Atomic 1v1 and Mist played instead of him at Gamers 8 the first time around. Just when we thought we were going to get Atomic versus Atomic, Atomic said, nah, I'm not playing.
Oh, I think I remember that.
What could have been?
That first Gamers 8 was really fun to watch.
Yeah,
I was surprised they changed the format.
Yeah, I like seeing the 1v1s. Was it first killer versus
Ruas?
No, what was like the semi-final? The Gil was it
CRR?
Oh, CRR, yeah.
That was fun to watch.
That was like his come up.
The 1v1
was kind of his come up. I feel like. Yeah.
Just like 100k 1v1. Yeah. That was fun. That was when I was like, oh my, like 1v1 is sick when there's someone on
there. There were some bangers actually. I mean, there were some stinker games because 1v1 can get a bit like one-sided. But like they've got the forfeit rule in RLCS which fixes that, I think. But yeah, Gamers 8 didn't, so you could just have a 10-0 and you're playing on. You just continue.
It was fun when Beast Mode subbed in for Daniel too at the second one. I thought that was fun to watch. He almost beat Roas. He almost beat his undefeated streak, but
Beast Mode had the perfect amount of the perfect amount of unknown factor plus underdog quality and also he's just really good, but nobody knew how good he was.
Well, I remember Fire said he was like, you don't play ones like a ones player, so just go and just do whatever, and like they're not gonna know what to do, and it worked. He was like, it worked, so whatever.
Yeah, you could tell he was playing a unique brand. It wasn't normal.
Yeah, just in one game too.
The best way to do crew battles would be to not allow the same player to do multiple 1v1s in the same series. Didn't we talk about doing like a that sort of format with crew battles where you have to it drops off, or like if they lose, you lose
Well, I
that
mean, we did
person.
without 1v1, but we did crew battle
Yeah, with
2v2
ATR.
with ATR Cup, and that was a really fun event.
That
Like,
was
if
really
we're
good.
thinking
The
about
teams enjoyed it
alternative
too.
formats with 3 players per team, because that's what RLCS teams have, like crew battle 2s is an amazing format. I think that would be an insanely good standalone event because you've got to have 3 good combinations of 2v2 teams on your roster, which just so happens to be the majority of RLCS teams because they all play a lot of 2s. Super fun event. I would love to see that again, that format.
Yeah, I like seeing the different formats. Why some third party events like James Bot's Ascension Protocol is good fun to watch. Miss Solo Q, you hosted them. Yeah, speaking of a James Bot event, Solo Q. Devo idling by said, I like Gamers 8, yeah, because you saw the players that weren't playing like in free
team.
play, but just kind of watching their teammates' screen.
And then
the
the cameramen who
pressure.
don't really know Rocket League are like zooming in and showing the free play of the other guy. Like they don't know he's just messing around. But
Tom
think he's
only
actually
played
playing.
threes and took home the dub. Like he was big chilling. That's like the best
Yeah.
outcome ever. You have Beastman and Dan, you're just logging in for 3 games a series and you win a few hundred K.
Yeah,
It's
because
like
Beastman and Daniel went
absolutely
undefeated
awesome.
in 2v2.
Yeah.
I think they were like 50-50 in threes. So Colm just pulled up to a LAN, won half his games and got like 200 grand.
That's like the best scenario ever.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, we need to bring it back. Bring back the crew battles. I feel like it was controversial at the time, but afterwards everyone was like, "That was kind of fun." But then other people just saw it as a Mickey Mouse LAN anyway because it wasn't out and out
I
threes.
thought it was every bit as like I still look at those like the Furia winning that as just as important as BDS winning Esports World Cup. It's just like a tier below majors for me. Like all these lands are not obviously major RLCS major level, but they're relevant. Furia getting that win, and then V1 getting the win, of course, with Calm putting Daniel and Beast Mode in the backpack. BDS last year, like they're all relevant. They're all something.
Yeah, 100%.
Love to see Khaled do the ones tourney. What's
I don't think he's playing Rocket League.
yeah? I
I've
was
not
like,
seen Khaled in leaderboards
he's
for a bit.
He's still playing
Yeah.
Rock. Maybe back in the day. The nostalgia. This is a good question
I don't know what
though.
he's doing.
In regard, sort of doubling back to Raleigh, comes from Patreon XO. What team do you guys think would benefit most from a good performance at Raleigh? So I guess we're looking towards like Raleigh going into Worlds. Like, what team needs the confidence booster? Clearly, Monkey Moon doesn't. Vitality can come last.
This is actually very easy. It's Gentlemates because they can make Worlds. The answer's just
actually, in brackets, aside from Gentlemates, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is already yeah. What
I was gonna say Ultimates.
Ultimates need the confidence. Really? You think they need they're in the bin if they don't perform well at?
Oh yeah, they're pretty in the bin. I mean, they
think-
just got slapped by SSG, who Kofor hit 7 demos a game on them, and they're just like, what is going on? Yeah,
if
they're up there.
We're looking at like
definitely.
last year, like how Gen G ended. I feel like they would have benefited from a good regional or
Yeah,
a
Gen
good
G
last
need a good
major
performance here. I know it's Justin's first one in a while, but if they
No, I
if-
mean, sorry, I meant last Gen G with First Killer. I felt like they were just
okay, yeah.
ruined by the end. I think
Yeah.
Gen G can do whatever, and they'll be
Really?
fine. Yeah, I don't think.
I
I
guess
mean, I
so.
think
I hope they're chilling.
Yeah.
unless like, unless in like, this would make me so sad. I'm not trying to speak into existence. Unless Justin was just terrible for some reason, that would be bad. But like, he won't be.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
if the team as in general goes like 2-3, I don't think they're gonna be like too torn up about it with how stacked it is. I think they'll still be confident moving forward. In my opinion, I don't think it would like ruin them.
Yeah, I think they're
at
chill.
all.
I think I agree. Ultimates need it more right now because if they have a really bad event, that's just going to be another thing to add to their currently downward trajectory. Whereas Gen G, they're they're kind of just like chilling, hovering,
Yeah.
continuing to move up just slowly, which is good. It's a good way to rise through the rankings. But as from EU, yeah, nobody. I guess Vitality are the team who need it the most from EU, or do they? Because maybe no, they don't. No, they don't. 'Cause they just
They
let
don't
them
need
throw and then win Worlds. Yeah. I take it back.
Even getting second, I don't think it would be like motivate them right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think they
in
do
my
need to
opinion.
perform. I'm going back. I think that I think they've been like the expectations have been like the whole season hasn't been what they wanted. Do you know what I mean? Like they formed. We're putting them number 1 on the power rankings. I think I had them number 1 over KC when they first formed instantly.
I put them too because they lost. What was it? Wii tournament in France called again.
Oh,
Flip and
okay.
spin.
You
Flip
sort of
flip and
like
spin, so,
pre-flip and
yeah.
spin, maybe one, and then they flip based on that result. But
I like pre-flip and
it's
spin. That's good.
yeah, pre-flip. But if they don't perform again here, like I feel like we're starting to see. I know Monkey Moo just somehow keeps doing this and coming back when it looks like the team's dead, but surely that team with the expectations would struggle.
Nah, they don't.
They just
They
don't.
don't need
You
Nah,
think
they
that
don't.
you think that Cassio's gonna just lock the boys back in there?
Well, they like. There's also because what last season they didn't win. They did pretty terribly. They got bopped by Gentlemates in London, but then they just won an Esports World Cup. So as long as they do that,
Yeah.
like Esports World Cup's what they need.
Okay,
to
so if
run
they
it back
flop
from
at
last year.
Esports World Cup as well, then they're in trouble.
Yeah,
No, they
then we
need to
can
win
worry.
that. They need to win Esports World Cup to continue last year's prophecy. So Vitality, all of Europe's chilling. Gentlemates are the only team who need to do something here. Honestly, yeah, Dignitas probably need it most for their confidence because they want to prove they're not just an online team. OCE needs it bad. Like they really need a good LAN. Team Secret really need a good LAN. Like OCE, Secret, Dig,
Yeah.
and Ultimates need some redemption from either previous bad LAN form or Ultimate's case is pretty unique. Just falling down to any rankings.
I think considering all the world's teams, all the world spots also are at Esports World Cup, it kind of puts less impact on Raleigh. Do you know what I mean? Apart from Gentlemates, who are obviously
Apart from Gentlemen,
going for it. It even if you have a poor performance, you kind of have two. Like this is such a good spot to be in. You get 2 warm-up lands, like you mentioned for Justin, for Gen G. Like it's really not the end of the world. You can treat it as 2 really good chances to practice for Worlds.
And you get to watch a last chance qual, which will just be the best content ever if you've already qualified for the
Yep.
LAN.
That'll
Just watch
be-
basically a whole bunch of tiebreakers in a row. Like that's something you've said to me before, Garrett, is that the tiebreaker content when you've already like qualified was just the best
Oh, yeah.
content to watch in the
It's
pro.
still the best now. Like it's just I like seeing if you win this series, you make it. Like
Yeah.
that's the best content. Like even now, it's like you win regional ones. Like okay, you have a lot of points, but there's still a statistical chance you don't make it. I don't like that. I like to see people earn it by winning. It's fun to watch. It'll be sick.
Yeah, and we got what is it? I think they're on Wikipedia end of July / early August for all of them, all 4 events. So I guess there's no surprises. We're not expecting an APAC to overtake a South America or something like
It's gonna
that.
be 5 really good weekends because like 4 last chance quals in a row, and that according to Wikipedia, and then Esports World Cup right after. So 5 weekends in a row of like nail biting, edge of your seat Rocket League. So I think it's going to be great. Like last year, there was a big gap between Major 2 Worlds, even with Esports World Cup in there, it still felt like a void. But with that 5 weekends in a row, just spree of Rocket League, and then not too big of a gap until Worlds after that. It's like a few weeks, I think. I think it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I think it might be a month. It might be a month until after EWs. Maybe 4 weeks. No, 3 weeks.
When
4
is
weeks?
it like? Is it 4, 3, 4? Even
4
that'll
weeks.
be fine though, because obviously they want to make sure they get everybody over there and get all the visas and stuff. 4 weeks.
Yeah, 4 weeks. Yeah, this is a good run up, I guess you could say, for Worlds. LCQs filled the little gap. Question mark will be post September. What's going on?
3-ish weeks if this start. Yeah, this is yeah, it's gonna be fine because last year we had like the 2-month gap Esports World Cup, 1-month gap Worlds. Just felt like nothing's happening except like some smaller tournaments which were cool. But now the fact it's all tied in is awesome.
True fact, Garrett G himself as the 8th highest winning RLCS player. Garrett, what's it like being the 8th highest winning RLCS player?
I was number 1 for like a month.
It's so skewed though, because if you had this format, if you had like this format for the entirety of the RLCS, you'd be number 1.
Yeah, there were
EWC,
more games
I was
now.
like still top 4, and then once EWC started happening, it was over. Especially the first 2, because it was like in what was it, $1 million or something. It was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Immediately
Oh, so you
passed.
overtook Kate up. Wasn't there like a really small amount of money, like less than $100 at some point? Somebody
Yeah.
added me in the timeline. They're
Did
like,
you think
Johnny, you
of
should do a
playing a
$100
weekly?
show match, Garrett Kate up.
I thought about it. Yeah, I was like, should I play some random weekly? But then once it
You
happened,
should
I
have done it.
screenshotted it and I was gonna print it out and hang it, and I forgot to do that. I thought it was hilarious, but I immediately got
There's
passed
gotta
like a month
be
later.
Go
Pretty
back in
sure.
there's gotta be
time
a
and do
tweet
it.
out there somewhere.
Yeah.
It has to be a tweet.
Someone would
I
have
think
taken
I have
a
a
photo.
screenshot somewhere, but who knows?
Yeah, it'll be in there.
Retroactively hanging up like 5-year-old or 3-year-old
I
child.
needed some confidence. I needed some confidence.
When was that?
so I'm
What
hanging
year
it
was
back
that
up.
when you overtook him?
I think it was the year after X.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was
You're right.
like because we still won 2 regionals that season or something. I think it was one of those or something. I don't remember, something like that.
I think
It might have been after
you
we got
won
second versus FaZe.
3. Didn't you win 3 of them, I think? Because I thought you won
No, we
the
won.
first one in Split 2 as well.
We won.
V1 1-1 and then yeah, because I remember the reason I know this is because you guys came second at Stockholm, then you went back home, won another regional, and then Roldiz tweeted, "NRG has NA is a headlock," and then I just replied to him with
The
the
way
exact same
you
thing
said it.
because he
That's
meant to
funny.
say in, but he wrote is. So I just replied to him with that. Or no, I think I screenshotted it and then he deleted the tweet, retweeted the other one. I just replied with the picture of him saying is. That's the only reason I remember this. But yeah, you did win another one. I swear. I
We
can't
won
be making this
one
up.
in winter.
Yeah, you won
And
two in fall, one in winter, and then V1 1-1, then G2 1-1, and then yeah, it was mostly G2 from there on for the rest of the
no,
season.
just one in fall as
You only got
well.
one in fall as well?
Yeah,
No
we got
way.
2 second places
Who
in
else won
winter
one?
though. In fall, it was in regional 3 it was G2, we
FaZe
got
won
top
one?
4. And FaZe won 1 and we won 1, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because G2 were the regional champions going into Stockholm.
Yeah. We won more regionals
I
that season
forgot
than
about
season
that
X.
one.
We won 1 regional in season X, which I think is so funny. Because
Really?
people say that
Crazy.
yeah, but we won
You won 2 of the champs, well, you
2
won
of
the
the
champs and 2
majors.
majors. Yeah.
Yeah, so it felt like we won everything, but even though because no one cared about well, we cared, but like the regionals didn't matter. Everyone qualified for the major. So it wasn't
Mhm.
like oh, this will help them qualify. There was like 16 teams per major, so it was kind of like
You
the
won
prize pool
one
was just nice.
regional that year, and people still thought you were going to beat BDS. That NA copium was crazy.
Whoa.
Hey, whoa! I mean, hey, you know what's funny is if K-Dot didn't take him down the final, I would have picked BDS too. I think that's my cope. That they in the big moment they didn't show up. That's how
They
we would have
choked in the
taken it.
big moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that was perfect actually. Perfect reasoning is that they lost to K-Dop in the championships. So they're just like their peak performances at majors, but as soon as it gets better than that, they can't perform. Yeah, Envy won 4, I think, regionals that season. Atomic
Yeah, they won a
Turbo
lot.
missed.
They won
They
a
won
lot.
4 regionals, but they didn't win any
Atomic has won like
majors.
16 regionals.
He's won an insane
Yeah.
amount. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I feel like he's not
Yes.
talked about that much still.
Like, on a GOAT
Like, he's
list,
always-
he's not talked about on like a GOAT list.
He's just always been under the radar, even though he wins so much. To me, I don't think people talk about Atomic as much as they should.
Well, I'll tell you why, and this might not be a good topic to open up right now. We can maybe revisit this.
Can of worms.
We're trying to
Go
wind
for
up
it.
the episode here, but I was gonna say, yeah, I think that one of the reasons people don't want to talk about it more is because Atomic is actually like very close to just being outright NA GOAT. Like he's one, exceptional LAN finish away pretty much from like being NA GOAT, like for a lot of people. And because
100%.
you, Garrett, Justin, and Squishy are so loved, people don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk
No,
about it was like same thing happened with Turbo when Monkey Moon's like coming up. People are like, I don't want this to happen. Like, I want it to still be Turbo and Kid. I'm not. Monkey Moon.
Yeah. Whenever I say that this energy team is like the best team of all time, people are like, no, the season X
The good old
is
days.
the best. And I was like, we won 1 regional. I mean, it was pretty good, to be honest. It was good, but it's not. No one has ever done what this team did. I mean, last year especially.
Like the current energy's the best energy of all time. Yeah.
I think there's just less hype in general. So I mean, if like there was a team doing this in season X, like there would never be. No one would ever talk about anyone else ever. I think there's just a little bit less people.
It's because
talking
Atomic's
about it
like
in general.
very. I mean, Squishy, big content creator. You and Justin have massive followings. You all streamed a
Yeah.
lot. Atomic's like very quiet.
He is.
You know,
He's hilarious
doesn't
though.
put himself out
He's
there.
so
He is one
funny.
of the nicest guys. Atomic is. I wish he was more out in the public and more on social media for you guys to see what he's like. But if he wants to keep that to himself, I totally respect that, and it might even be a smart thing. So I don't think anybody should put pressure on him for that. But he's actually a total sweetheart, like really really nice personality, really smart as well, like very smart player. And nobody everybody probably knows that because they watch him play, but they'd really know it if they heard him like talk about the game more.
Yeah. Energy's such a
Hard
quiet
to
team. It's hard to hate him. It's hard to like root for. Like I feel like Fatira is a really big personality. So like there's some people who just want to see him lose, whereas like
Yeah,
Energy
yeah.
is just kind of like, you know, they're not like the opposite of
They're just
toxic. They're
chilling.
never toxic. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just vibing. They're just chilling out.
Trying to
They're
stay
trying
out
to
of the headlines.
win some Rocket League.
That's probably a good bonus episode then. When does the captain, what do people need to overtake the captain on the NA GOAT list?
Well, it's an uncomfortable conversation. People aren't ready to have it yet.
Am I?
So,
I feel like
but
Justin's the. Oh, maybe not.
You think Justin's the NA
Well,
GOAT?
he's made a comeback.
Well, he's still playing. He's
made
back.
a
He's
comeback.
back at LAN.
He's put his
He's
hand back
back at
up.
LAN.
He's like, guys, I'm still
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I mean, I would. I don't know.
Yeah,
And then on top of that, like the C9 team won so many LANs. I guess we ended up winning. I ended up winning 3 LANs. They won like 6, I think, too. But yeah.
Are you counting like Universal Open and what was the other one called?
I want a DreamHack.
They won a
They
Gnarly.
won like
They
2
won a Gnarly.
DreamHacks, I think, right?
Yeah, they won 2 DreamHacks and
Gnarly,
Gnarly Worlds, Universal
Worlds.
Open.
If you count the 2s, I guess. I mean, I
Might
well,
be for
I
guys
don't
to
know.
win.
I guess I do.
I think
yeah.
it was just those 5.
We just won a lot of the. We especially won a lot of the online regionals.
You dominated online, and and NA online, you guys were farming.
Yeah, we would get a lot. We had if we won all of our finals though on LAN, we'd have a lot of LAN wins. We'd have a lot. We just choked every time, every single time we make the final. It was just like GG. It was bad. There was a mental block for sure, but
You just needed turbo to overcome.
it was a whole like me and Fire were really serious. Me and him like to be serious, and I think it was not good for Justin, honestly. No, it wasn't good for us either. But as soon as Turbo's in there, I look over, Justin's like smiling in the final when we're down a game, and I'm like, oh, we're good. We're chilling. It was like a whole different vibe. It was good.
Rocket League's 99% mental. Story for another day that we can add to the bonus set because we have a Shuey tier list to nut out for you guys. We need to really lock in for that one. So we got bonus episodes, patreon.com/chalkcast. This was a little tester to see if the Chalked YouTube live stream would work, and it looks like it's gone well. Shout out to you guys watching over on the YouTubes. Couple weeks of episodes to go until Raleigh, so we'll get some guests on. We'll do some full predictions for the to nut out, to iron out. Just skip over that one. Skip over that one, but that's all good. But yeah, it works. Someone said the YouTube chat, the live stream works. That's fantastic. Let's get some bonus eps to do. Patreon.com/chalkcast, and we'll grab some guests on the next couple of weeks and cook up some content. We do have some things planned behind the scenes in the works for you guys, so we're excited to announce those when we get them all ready. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy another ep of Chalked, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye-bye.